All right, welcome back to the Built to Grow podcast. I'm your host, Tim Lyons, joined as always by Randy Angston. What's up, man?
How we doing?
Looking tan, bro.
That's the job this time of year.
It's all greased up. Y'all, you get greased up over the weekend?
Lubed up, baby.
Greased it up.
Let's go.
Quick announcement, guys. We have our coaching program, and it's badass, and it's ready to take you on and take you and your gym to $30K a month or more in recurring revenue, not that one time a month. Mm-hmm. Hey, let's run this one campaign and get that $30K, $50K 1 month. No, we're talking a reoccurring revenue. That, you know, if you go a couple episodes back, the best part about the fitness industry is you make that sell one time and you got that reoccurring revenue. That's what we're all about, growing that MRR and Delta and all that good stuff. And we go over all of that in our coaching program, winninggym.com/grow. If you have interest in that, jump on a call with Randy. We'll dive deep into your business and see how we can help you. If we can't help you, hey, we'll let you know.
Absolutely.
That's it. All right, so quick, that's that. So episode today is the need for speed. What do we mean by that?
A few things. I mean, I think in this morning as we were talking, a couple different scenarios came about, but speed is a big thing for us. We're big on the value of time. Mm-hmm. And so when we have the opportunity to, when we can, pay for speed, for implementation or a lesson or a system or whatnot, we quite often do. But speed to us is huge. So the couple of scenarios that we were talking about, I mean, even as simple as bringing a new member on board and making them part of the family. You guys do that really well here at Pulse, and I'll let you kind of take them through how somebody gets onboarded here or started. But one of the things I really appreciate, I mean, I've seen the progression and growth, you know, the changes of this gym over the years, and the systems that you guys have in place today. I think that is the key to the success of this facility. Is somebody does come here and it's like day one, they're part of a community.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're not starting in some awkward trial where, you know, they're just off with some person for, you know, a couple days or a week or 2 weeks or whatever before it's like being released to the masses. Mm-hmm. So why don't you take them through just kind of from the new client side where you guys implement speed? Yeah,
we are big on that. We want somebody to become a member right away, like feel like they're part of the community and as a regular member. We treat everybody as a regular member from the first day that they start, and that's why we're so big on the 2-week guarantee. Mm-hmm. Basically, we were going to start you as a member from day one. You have 2 weeks to change your mind. That's essentially the risk reversal that we've layered in. Mm-hmm. In the past, there would be a trial phase, and there was 2 weeks of getting something, and then we had to kind of resell them at the end. We got rid of that years ago. You know, one of the first things that we do is we take their photo and we put it right there on our leaderboard. It's our perk fill. It's kind of our rewards program. We've talked about it a million times, but in the way that we do is we put the newest members on the top left. So not only do they see it first, our team sees it first. Mm-hmm. And so if we have like, you know, one of our coaches is looking at their schedule today and they see Mrs. Johnson, he doesn't recognize
Mrs. Johnson.
You know, looks up on the board. Now they can put a face with a name, and now they know who to look for. If we weren't able to introduce them, maybe they weren't here at the time.
That goes back to your guys' standard too, being able to greet somebody by name.
By name, yes, correct. I mean, and so that's been a big thing that we kind of implemented, I would say, in the last 12 months. And what else it does is it fills up our board immediately because we were waiting to kind of hit a milestone before we gave them the shirt and the name badge and all that stuff. We do that day one. Yeah. And so in our onboarding sequences, we have kind of a welcome sequence called the member love, and we're really just driving home, what the resources are for them, what are the different profit centers, who are the coaches, what to do, how to schedule, what's the app. We give them a link to download or to go make their purchase, which is free. To get they get a mug, like a coffee mug, they get a t-shirt, they get a sticker and all that cool stuff right from day one.
That's awesome.
Right from day one. And then they go right into the sessions. And so the coaches, when they have a new member, they introduce them to the other members. That's a huge part of doing this. And that's why I like semi-private so much is not only are they sticky to the gym and the coach and the program, but they're also sticky to the other members.
Yeah.
And so they get to know these other members. Some of the relationships that have blossomed from this gym are wild. We've had marriages. Yeah. We've had people going to each other's weddings and stuff and being in the wedding party. They go out to dinner. They go on vacations with each other. And they didn't know each other other than being a member here. which, gosh, guys, if I could say if we've accomplished anything, that's that. Like, that would be one of our best accomplishments, is making people feel like this is a family. And so, you know, when times get tough in their life, right, they don't look to just turn around and cancel their gym membership, because this is their family, right? They just can't cancel their family, right? And so that's part of it. We have a really strategic 6-week, check-ins every 2 weeks. We do meal planning with them. And anyways, we bring them in, we bring them under the wing, make sure that they have everything they need from day one, including knowing what to do when they get here. We walk them through how to check in and all that good stuff. And so that's speed to implementation, that's speed to becoming a member of the family. And I think, you know, for gyms that are out there listening to this, I think this is probably something everybody could do a little bit better.
I think onboarding is something that many gyms kind of, they do because it has to happen in some way, but we haven't revisited that process or what we're doing. What is the purpose behind the emails, the welcome onboarding material that we're providing? Like, is it guiding them closer to a result? Is it guiding maybe the business to, like you said, other profit centers, right? We know if they're using these profit centers, they're going to get better results. At the end of the day, the business makes more money, which is a great thing, the whole reason we're here. And, you know, like, all of those things are strategic, though. It's not just like, we're not just lobbing things out there like a welcome email with just the welcome, or like, you know, leaving it at that, or throwing them to the wolves and expecting them to figure it out. Like, we're having the conversation about the app, because the app now allows them to self-schedule, and it's got all the, you know, all the other benefits that they need to know early. Yeah. And so the easier and the quicker that they can absorb all of that, the better their path is going to be. Right. And that's the important part.
Right. Exactly. And so another, benefit of speed, you know, like you said, like, everything that we do in life is to buy speed. If we can get to the end result faster, I'm going to pay for that. Typically, the time it takes for you to learn it on your own far outweighs in a negative way, that you just buy the speed, pay for it up front, and boom, you've got the answer. And so, a great example.
Yeah, it's about speed to implement and be able to multiply it. That's where the benefit really comes in.
Yeah. And so over the Growth Summit, we signed up, 10 new gym owners into the Iron Circle, and one of them, been talking to him for a while, Iron Tribe, right? Forrest. And, we've been talking about marketing a little bit. He's got great systems already. He's got a great operation. He's got 20 plus locations. He's, 8 corporately owned. And they were really focused on, getting that cost per lead down and driving some more processes. And so we implemented the 2-week guarantee. We implemented some of our marketing campaigns. And literally, gosh, I mean, it's only been a few weeks, right, after he started getting the results back. He's like, man, we've already doubled our investment in Iron Circle. This was the easiest decision we ever made. We bought speed. And so his mindset is the same as ours. Like, I'm going to go buy the speed now. And he got to the result like in no time. So now his expense technically for the Iron Circle is covered for the year because he made one decision.
Exactly. And then that right there. So then my question back to him was, is this something that's going to be able to duplicate the next month? And he said, yeah, absolutely. The systems are already in place. The expenses are fixed. So now everything that he's going to be able to do when he replays that, it's twice the growth this month. Because those clients, the majority of those clients are going to be staying in his 4 walls. And this goes back to the MRR. Yeah. Where that month's revenue is created. Now everything he layers on this month, we've doubled that success. And so 1 month of an expense, or an annual expense that he absorbed inside of the first month, he's got 11 months of growth with. Oh, it's the same thing, guys, when we talk about the math of marketing. This is the multiplication of wealth, multiplication of capital. And when you find an opportunity to invest in the systems of your business and change it, his business is never going to go back the other direction. Like, he now knows those systems are in place and it's consistent growth. Yeah. That's the struggle. Like, if we could help more gym owners understand that concept, we'd see more successful, growth-driven, like, businesses rapidly excelling.
Yeah, coming out the other end. And, that's what we do. That's our coaching program, guys, and that's our Iron Circle. So again, if you have interest in that, I'll throw the URLs, 2 URLs for you guys. winninggym.com/growth will be our grow. GROW. Jeez, I always get that wrong. And the other one's ironcircle.net. Okay, so that's our mastermind. And so we talk about all these things, and we take the best practices from all of the gyms that are in that group, and we bring it to the table and, like, look, Here's the winning formula.
Yeah.
Like, what else do you want, right? If you're if you're struggling on a day-to-day basis and you're like, man, if I could just figure this thing out. Well, the answers already exist. Like, there's nothing you're facing in your gym that hasn't been figured out by somebody already. Like, there's no unique anything anymore.
And then I think that's one of the big benefits of having a systems-based coaching program as opposed to like another lead generation campaign, or a lot of the other systems that are out there or options out there for coaching. I'll be the first to say, like, yes, marketing and sales are important. That's what the majority of those options are out there, is marketing and sales conversation. But beyond that, like, once a client's in your four walls, now what? Like, who's talking about those systems? And that's where like, we double down on those systems, because what people don't mention is that's the work that's falling on your guys' plate right now. And so if that work is already happening on your plate and all you're doing is accelerating the people in the front door, you're working yourself deeper into a business, as opposed to creating the systems that allow you as the business owner to send out of it.
Yeah, you said that pretty well. And we've talked about how everybody speaks of the word system.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make any sense. It's just an arbitrary word. And it's not sexy, but when you do have them, gosh, guys, I got to be honest with you. Me and this gym, I mean, we were very deliberate. I was very deliberate in being like, look, I don't want to be the trainer. I never wanted to be the trainer.
You're not even the next, you're going out of town.
You're going
to be here for, what, a week and a half? This gym is going to grow.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, that's the difference. And, like, the hard part is so many people say that they want these things. They're just not willing to do what it takes to get there. Or they're unclear of what it's going to take to get there. Guys, this is your direct, like, hey, these systems, whether they were from us or not, these are the systems that allow a business to stand on its own. And if you don't have those, your business is not going to be capable of doing so. It's just a fact. Like, they have to. If you don't have an email autoresponder to send the follow-up emails, somebody's got to have to do the work. There's just facts. And so if you're not pursuing either the education to put somebody in that role or what it takes to do that, that's what these opportunities are for, is to buy the speed, buy the information, buy the answers, implement it in your business today, see the success today. So next month, you're not trying to figure that out. You're seeing the success of what that's created.
Yes.
And now it's paying you back in dividends.
There's no better feeling than doing hard work to this month, and then it pays you over and over.
One time, yeah, exactly.
That's why our CLA is so powerful, in my opinion, right? I mean, again, this is another plug, but automation, it's a little bit of a grind for 2 days. 2 days, guys. Come on, 2 days. And then after it's all plugged in, you're just reaping reward after reward after reward. And then you sit back and like, well, why the hell did I didn't do this like 2-3 years ago? And some of our members, some of our clients are saying that, right? They're like, oh my, why didn't I? It's because you try to figure out yourself. Maybe, look, gym owners are alpha brained, type A personalities. And, sometimes we don't want to admit, like, I can't figure something out on my own.
It's something that I'm realizing, too, with a lot of people that are business owners in general, fitness and beyond. We like to, when we have a problem in our business, we want to have the solution figured out before we're willing to find somebody to figure out the solution. Does that make sense? Like, if we had a problem in marketing, we're not going to go just pay somebody in marketing that should have that answer to it. We need to know how it's going to be done. We need to have those answers for us, and then we need to find the person who's going to implement our plan. Well, I'm finding out a hell of a lot more that it's a who, not a how, it's a who, not a how situation, right? Like, gym owners are trying to figure out the how when they need to be figuring out the who.
Yep.
And I mean, I've had so many calls about this lately, and I'm like, well, why are we trying to figure that out? Like, the problem isn't yours to solve, it's to find the person to solve the issue. Like, call it outside of this, repairs on the equipment or tech issues or whatever it may, insurance or taxes. There are certain people that you need to be able to lean on to make those things happen. You can't expect to do it all and know it all yourself. But a lot of resistance around just making a decision or choosing somebody to go do those things because they don't know how it's going to get done.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of fear there to
I
trust
can
somebody else.
understand that.
Absolutely.
I like to know.
Absolutely.
At least if you know the process, if you're getting screwed over on the deal.
Yeah.
But yeah, like for example, Nick's over here. He's doing all this stuff with the video. I purposely don't want to know what cord that is plugged in doing. Like, that's what his job is. Yeah. That's why he's here. But the unfortunate thing is, if he isn't here, then I don't know what to do. And that's the kind of caveat to that. Just kind of makes you hesitant, right? And like, for example, in the beginning, well, we still use it, but DocuSign, I purposely decided I wasn't going to learn the Parsi integration into Keep to make sure that gets, and Alyssa did, and Kelly did it, and you did it, but I was like, I don't want to do it. It was like purposely doing it.
But that's a good point. And I'm glad you said that, because sitting in an ownership role, like I know that there's stuff on my plate that like I know that there's stuff that are functions of things that have to happen in our business. Yeah. That if I don't intentionally take like save you from, you know what I mean? Like, hey, I'll take that one off the plate. Like avoid, then it's gonna be on your plate and it's inundating. You know what I mean? Like it's now become something where it's like the sole focus of your time and attention, and it's not stuff that should be on your plate.
Sure.
And so I think that, there's some of that goes both ways. But back to our previous episode, when we know the goal. Right? Like I can look at certain tasks and be like, oh no, Tim needs to be doing other things. Let me take this stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because we know it's got to get done. But
somebody's got to do it.
But who is the right person for that? And
Conan, where are you at, man?
It's your responsibility.
So gym owners, listen, guys, pay for speed. This is kind of the motto of our life. I mean, even if we go to a bar or restaurant, we're not going to wait in line. We're just going to go buy our way in.
Grease the palm. I mean, like the bottom line is, guys, like if you have the availability, we value time so much, it's not worth our time to stand in line for an hour versus 30, 50, whatever it is to get through the door.
Right. To
go enjoy the time that we were planning on.
Well, it goes back to our Iron Circle experience as well. We bring the chef in.
Yeah,
we hired. I don't know if I told you this. We hired the guy from Utah. We're flying him out.
Nice.
Because why? Because he already knows the play.
Billy Badass.
Yeah, it's Billy. Billy's coming out. He already knows the play. He knows, what we need to do, and we don't have to go figure out our meals. Right? They're when we come back from our workouts in the morning, they're going to be the breakfast is ready. He knows the play.
Yeah.
And so we don't have to figure all that. And that's probably one of the biggest time sucks is just figuring things out, right? The meals for an Iron Circle experience, the meals for the Growth Summit, right?
Yeah.
Instead of everybody runs off, we just got it right there, right?
Yeah.
And so we're buying speed, we're buying time. Time is the one thing you can't get back. Money replenishes. You can make sales and get that back. You just can't get back time. So find the solutions. Don't worry so much about the how. Go do, find the who's to do it, or buy the program and the coaching to do it. But the answer's already out there. So if you're struggling in your business today, there's no reason why you should be sitting on your thumbs, not taking action and doing something. And if you aren't taking action, it's probably because you don't have a purpose. Going back to the previous episode, define your purpose, your end goals. What are the things in your way? What are the solutions? Go buy the solutions, and then guess what? You're that much faster to your goal. It's pretty simple.
It's the way that we look at this business, the gym business. Like we've done that system every time that we've wanted to reach that next level.
Yeah.
We've been in a number of masterminds. We're looking around for another group. We've never gone. I mean, personally, we've had coaches for years. Like that growth is not accidental. You know what I mean? But you pay to have somebody hold you accountable, or to provide you with the information, provide you with what you need, so that you can just take the action that everybody needs to do anyways.
Yeah.
But the only missing link is taking the action when you know what to do. That comes with clarity.
And I get it. Gym owners, you're all smart people. You're smart. Yeah. You probably could sit and grind it out for a week, 2 weeks, a month to figure it out. But then what have you lost?
And you're here after COVID, so you've had to do some of it. But now, this is the difference between looking at work like a struggle and I'll find a way, versus showing up for work and saying, all right, this is the path. Let me just go do this because this is the return.
Yeah.
And that level of clarity and comfort showing up for every day that's what it's about.
Super clear. Yeah. Well, listen, guys, hopefully this helped you, maybe get you some more clarity. That's what we're doing the last 2 episodes, is getting you super clear so that you can take action. Yep. You can go get the solutions, implemented, and you're on your way, right? And so hopefully that helps you out. That's it for this episode. Until next time, keep changing lives. We'll see you on the next show. Bye. All right, and thank you for listening to that episode of the Built to Grow podcast, where we help gym owners win. Now, do you want to connect with me and other gym owners online? All you need to do is join our private Facebook group, Business Talk with Fitness Professionals. Just head on over to Facebook and type in Business Talk with Fitness Professionals, and when you do, we're going to give you our 10 marketing strategies 7-figure gym owners use to win. I look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Until then, keep building something great.